In memory of Dora Gerson, 1899 to 1943. 80 years ago this month, the Jewish-German cabaret singer and actress of silent movies, Dora Gerson, was murdered with her family in Auschwitz. Born Dorothea Gerson in Berlin, Dora was of Polish-Jewish descent and had grown up in Berlin in a well-off environment. People who knew Dora Gerson described her as a serious young woman with sad eyes and sleek black hair. She had become an actress at the Volksbühne Theater in Berlin after drama school. She led a rather wild life as a young woman and married Veit Harlan, who would later make the anti-Semitic film Jud Süß by request of the Nazi propaganda minister Joseph Goebbels. Their marriage was not a success. In 1920, Dora Gerson was cast to appear in a film adaptation of the Karl May novel Auf den Trümmern des Paradieses, in the Rumble of Paradise. Later that year, she was cast for another adaptation of May entitled Die Todeskarawane, The Death Caravan. The movie also included Hungarian actor Bela Lugosi, best known for portraying Count Dracula in the 1931 version of the film. Dora continued to perform as a popular cabaret singer throughout the 1920s, as well as acting in movies. By 1933, however, when the Nazis came to power in Germany, the German Jewish population was systematically stripped of rights, and Gerson's career slowed dramatically. Blacklisted from performing in Aryan films, Dora began recording music for a small Jewish record company. Her best remembered recording of this era is the song Vorbei, Beyond Recall. The song, an emotional ballad, is subtly memorializing a Germany before the rise of the Nazi Party.
Ich hab so fest geglaubt, es müsst für ewig sein. Nun gehst du von mir fort und lässt mich so allein. Vorbei, vorbei, vorbei. Ein letztes Wort, ein letzter Gruß. Vorbei.
In 1936, Dora relocated with relatives to the Netherlands in order to flee Nazi persecution. Dora had toured the country together with the young left-wing cabaret ensemble, the Ping Pong Group, a few years earlier. In 1938, Dora dubbed the voice of the Evil Queen in the German-language film release of the animated Walt Disney Productions film Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Dora had now married a second time to Max Schluitzer, a neat, intelligent Jewish textile man who broke off his engagement for her. They led a happy life in Amsterdam, and they had a little daughter, Miriam, who would become their destiny. Dora wrote a diary during these years that now appears to have been lost, but was read by Dutch cabaret artist and publicist Jacques Clouters, who is the source of the next part of the story. Much of the diary is centered on her love for her baby daughter Miriam. Miriam had a stubborn and will-strong character, and Dora goes to consult Jungian hand-trader Julius Speer in Amsterdam for help. Speer advises Dora to let the child cry when she wants to cry. Speer's advice will prove to become a fatal one and play a part in their tragic destiny. On May 10, 1940, Germany invaded the Netherlands, and the country capitulated in just 10 days. Soon, the Jews of the Netherlands were subject to the same anti-Semitic laws and restrictions as in Germany. After several years of living under oppressive Nazi occupation, the Gerson family began to plan their escape. In 1942, Dora and her family were seized trying to flee to Switzerland, a neutral nation in World War II Europe. Dora had been able to flee to Switzerland several times, but she always gave up at the last minute. Eventually, the family left and made a successful journey to the Swiss border. There they had to continue on foot. On the border, they were advised to give the child an injection so Miriam would sleep and not stir up attention by crying. Dora decided not to allow her daughter the injection. Miriam then cried, and all of them were caught. They were sent by railroad car to the French Drancy internment camp, and later to the Nazi camp of Auschwitz. Dora, aged 43 at the time, along with her husband and their 2 children, 5-year-old Miriam Schluitzer, born November 19, 1937, and the 2.5-year-old Abel Judah Schluitzer, born May 21, 1940, were all killed at Auschwitz on February 14, 1943.
Wir fliegen über den Ozean und hoch in die Stratosphäre. Wir sehen von New York bis Teheran und holen uns Land aus dem Meere. Wir sprechen von Oslo nach Samarkand, ohne die Stimme zu heben. Wir können im südlichsten Feuerland Jack Hilton aus London erleben. Die Welt ist klein geworden, so winzig klein geworden, du grüner Ball, mit dem du gerne spielst. Sie ist ganz ein geworden und allgemein geworden und wartet ab, wohin du damit zielst. Wirst du die Macht, die du dir schufst, zum Guten wenden, wird sie dich blenden mit ihrer Pracht. Die Welt ist klein geworden, der Widerschein geworden von dem, was Menschenkraft aus ihr gemacht. Wir haben die Technik gehegt und gepflegt, wir dünkten uns klug und weise. Wir haben die Erde in Schienen gelegt und kommen uns selbst aus dem Gleise. Chinesische Kulis, japanische Herren, die weißen Europäer, sie standen sich immer so unerhört fern. Jetzt rücken sie näher und näher. Die Welt ist eng geworden, so schrecklich eng geworden. Du siehst die Luft vor lauter Drähten nicht. Es ist ein Gemeng geworden und ein Gedräng geworden um einen Platz für dich im Sonnenlicht. Was nützt die Ernte dir, die unter Dach und Fach war? Der böse Nachbar nimmt sie dir weg. Die Welt ist eng geworden, es ist ein Gezänk geworden um jedes noch so kleine Stückchen Dreck. Wir sausen mit 1000 PS dahin, wir können es nicht mehr lassen. Wir sitzen im Turm von Babel drin und können uns nur noch hassen. Wir haben das Licht elektrisch gemacht und können uns trotzdem nicht sehen. Wir haben ein Esperanto erdacht und werden uns niemals verstehen. Die Welt ist weit geworden, so furchtbar weit geworden, und alle Hoffnungen sind Träumereien. Du bist gescheit geworden und bist bereit geworden, auf dieser weiten Welt nur Spreu zu sein. Was dein Gehirn zu deinem Wohl erfunden, hat dich gebunden und nicht erlöst. Die Welt ist weit geworden und es ist Zeit geworden, dass du nicht runter, sondern drüber